What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see if we can fix the lighting. Let's see if we can fix the lighting. Tell me if you can see me very well. Where's my other light? Let me get my other light. Ah. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's our Thursday night meetings. Thursday night meetings. We're having these meetings. Let me fix that quickly. These lights are so bright I can't see myself. Okay, there we go. I think that's much better. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night. We said every Thursday, 9 o'clock, we'll be going live and having some discussions on matters and issues that affect us as the Black African diaspora, African people all around the world. We're having a meeting, and there is some few topics that I wanted to cover today that affect us as Africans. So please, as we are waiting for the others to jump in quickly, click the like button. It helps spreads the live stream. It helps spread the live stream, and while you edit, you can just also um, tell me where you're watching me from on the comment section so I can know who's around. Just tell me where you're watching from. We're having a very good debate today. We're having an excellent debate today. Let's not double that sound. We're having an excellent debate today, speaking about a few things that affect us as Africans and that are not that good for us as Africans. I am smelling well, guys. You guys don't understand. I'm smelling well. I actually have my own perfume fragrance titled the Hosi. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. This is my own fragrance, the Hosi. Let me see if you guys can see. I'm still new on YouTube. I see a lot of YouTubers, like my friend who's there, politically incorrect. I'll drop the agenda, my brother. Um, who, when they do live stream, they're able to, put pictures and stuff like. I'm still new. I'll get there. I'll get there. I've got friends who are at high places and a different level than me on YouTube. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still very much new. Just tell me quickly, guys, where you're watching from. And the host one day, this is actually a small company that I opened this year, March. Did I start this year, March? Yes, this year, March. Are we still on, guys? Am I audible? This year, March, for my son. You have to start businesses for your children so that when they get to a certain age, they can take over. So my son knows very well that his father has opened. My son is in grade 3, by the way. I've opened a company for him to say, my boy, when you grow up, you'll have something to lean on. So we are looking at finding packaging for it. I mean, the box and everything. So let's do that for our children, guys. Um, let's do that for our children, guys. Asian African Fantuka Habari King 053. I hope you are random Jojo. Uh, he's watching us from where? Mr. Imali Nengi. Thank you, Agent. No, we are together, my brother. Watching from Soweto, Protea Glen. Soweto, you guys are having issues with what I call foreign-owned tax shops and all of that. Maybe that's a topic we should also touch on today. And watching you from Putarichaba, Free State. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me quickly drop the agenda today on on the the comment section. We are speaking about our spending habits as Africans on the festive season. Yo, guys, you don't want to know how much is my budget for this December that is coming. You don't want to know. Let me just for festive season. Festive season. We are also talking about. We are also talking about the changing our family bad habits. You know, some families have got bad habits that they don't want to change, including my own family. Changing bad habits, changing bad habits in our family. In our family, welcome, guys. Please feel free to tell me where are you guys watching me from. I really appreciate it. And click the like button before we start, so that the other people bastole pambili, ne? Bastole pambili. Yeah, for those who don't know, mimi na King nina furaha kukutana na wewe. That is, my name is King. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe is, it is nice to meet you. It is a pleasure to meet you. That is Kiswahili. We speak Kiswahili in this channel. In fact, Swahili I think should be the national, the first language that all Africans should speak. Many African brothers are disagreeing with that, but Kiswahili is one of those languages, just like Afrikaans, where you can study in that language. You know, Afrikaans, you can study with Afrikaans from grade 1 up to university level, meaning that Afrikaans is one of those languages that the Afrikaner people turn the English textbooks into their own language. And we as Africans have been sleeping on that, as I'm still getting the topics for you guys. We as Cape Town is in the house, eh? Yeah, welcome on the African channel. Guys, if you, I don't think you'll find another African channel better than this. We are a unapologetic pan-Africanist channel, and it is going to be very difficult for you to hear me speaking any negative comment about Africa, even in my critique to Africans and African brothers that you guys call foreigners in our land. I always find a silver lining. I always find a way to find the good out of it, and I will always question the reasoning of calling anyone born in Africa a foreigner. I will always, because when you look at the histories of our countries in Africa, we're always coexisting with each other because of the colonizers. Some of our greatest politicians were running from country to country, finding refuge in our foreign country, our neighboring countries, and getting safety there, and some getting military training, and making sure that we were protecting each other in that time when our colonizers were busy enslaving us left and right. So Midrand is in the house, of course. Midrand is always in the house. I appreciate it so much. So I want to talk about that. So I'm trying to post the agenda on the comment section, but you guys please feel free to add to the agenda as you please. Okay, the first topic is our spending habits as Africans on the festive season. The festive season is coming, so my wife sent me the what you call the budget that we should have. The budget includes petrol money, family gathering money, clothes, food, entertainment, and everything. And I was like, yo, icon, this exceeding my monthly income. You understand what I'm saying? So when I saw the budget, I was like, yo, icon. So I'm asking you on this live feed for today, what is your budget for the 2023 festive season, December? I said, for me, I only have like, I want to say 12 days, but it sounds like a lot. I only have like 12 days of holiday where I would say I'm not working. I'm not working for 12 days. I think that will be my maximum days. So for that 12 days, I will be spending a lot of money that I will be disclosing in this live feed. So I want us to talk about that, discuss that. Also, I want us to speak about the bad habits that your family has on the comment section that keeps it does not give you progress in terms of life, whether it is family dynamic. What do you think about family stock fails, the bad and good habits that families have? From my mother's side, Baklapin, the Mashishi family, they they've got a very good family bond. The Pedi people, they've got a family stock fair that we are contributing. I think something like 350 every month for the family gathering in December, 25th December. And they've got right now, actually yesterday, my aunt just passed away. So we've got a piggy, I want to call it a piggy bank, where we can pull funds from to support my aunt. Yo, guys, my heart is broken. I don't want to lie to you. And but you find that I find that in the family gatherings, it's like we competing sometimes as to who bought the latest cars. The celebrations turn into competition, if you know what I mean. Bloemfontein, welcome in the house. Please feel free to click the like button as you are coming in, guys. So I want to discuss that, and I also want to discuss the topic: are South Africans xenophobic? Are South Africans xenophobic? Meaning, do we group each other to go and attack foreign? I hate this thing of using the word foreign. For me, a foreigner is someone that is not from Africa. Meaning, even the Afrikaners are foreigners, according to me. According to me, the whites, all of them foreigners. The Chinese, all of them foreigners. Um, Indians, all of them foreigners. Yes, they might be citizens of South Africa, but when we rewind the time, they are not original African people. So for me, it's difficult to call a African person a foreigner. I don't see my Nigerian person as a foreigner. I don't see my. How can you see a Zimbabwean as a foreigner, guys? How can you see a guy from Lesotho as a foreigner, from Swaziland as a foreigner, a guy from Botswana? I mean, some of these countries don't even have a population to compete with Soweto, for example. The whole of Soweto is bigger than some of these countries we are talking about. They are just other towns, to be honest. They are just other towns. Uh, uh, South Africans, xenophobic. What was the last thing I wanted? He says, Tabang says we are all tribalistic, but the xenophobic we see is a result of terrible material condition and crime. Very powerful. Very powerful. I agree with that. I think at the bottom of every xenophobic attack in South Africa is the economical issue of bad policing, bad implementing of policy in our township. Like people are complaining to say, why is it that every corner has got a Indian or Pakistani tuck shop in it? You understand what I'm saying? Why is it that every corner it has an Indian and Pakistani? The same complaint and the same what you call the same energy that you're complaining about tax shop should be raised with taverns, guys. Our townships are full of taverns like nobody's business. It's the same complaint. Some of these taverns are not too far from schools. You know, like taverns is the only business that they allow us to strive in, to be successful in. I mean, where do you see businesses that last as long as taverns? Hmm? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why is it that other businesses are closing, but these taverns can be in a small garage, a small two door garage, or even sometimes there is no garage. These people are just selling alcohol somewhere in their home, but they've been selling alcohol since you were young till today. That is the type of topics that we must discuss as Africans. Because guys, if we don't speak about this type of topics, they get swiped underneath the carpet, and then at the end that debt that is under the carpet, it comes out in a form of xenophobic attack, people killing each other, people blaming the ruling party, people blaming everyone. um, my African brother, how are you? Thank you so much. I'm happy that you are here. I'm happy that you are here. Thank you so much. We are here speaking about the bad spending habits that we have for the festive season. When you are in South Africa, you know these things of stockpile, people saving up from January until November just to spend every cent in December. And then there are obviously good stock fares of what do you call this thing? Back to school stock fair starter packs where they buy stationery and all of that. Some are good stock fares and all, but mostly all the stock fares are just to buy food because we are struggling to save money on our own, and that is why we are crying about this thing of Africans having their own bank. Yeah, and then we know you're uh, in Scotland, my brother, and attended. No, Taura Shishona Mbichana. So feel free to type in Shona. We can read Shishona. Don't worry, my brother. We love you so much. We love you. Zimbabwe is not the guys. We must stop this thing of calling Zimbabwe, South Africa, Swaziland, Namibia, Zambia, and what you call Mozambique, Lesotho, and these countries are honestly one country. I promise you guys. The people you find there, you find in South Africa. The Zulus you find there, you find them here. You remember there is this notion that we moved from the north down to the south. But when you look at this African calendar that is in Mpumalanga, the Imvelo Elanga, it suggests that the population actually started from Africa, from south going forward. So we I guess we will we can find out with a little bit of research and all of that, but we are we are one family, guys. We are one family. Let's stop this thing. For me, if your country does not have a population that can beat Soweto, what is the population in Soweto? Should be close to a few million. Eh? Let me post this thing quickly. Let me post this thing quickly. Let me post this thing quickly for you guys. Agenda for today. Agenda for today. Sorry for that. I put that on silent. I didn't even check my spelling. Don't kill me, guys. Don't kill me on that. What is? Can you guys? Does anyone know the population of Soweto? The population of Soweto. The last time they checked this population, 2023 stats. Anyone knows how many millions of people are in Soweto? No, man, I'm not asking Google it. How is Google you? You type Soweto, they give you Google it you and PE. I don't know why they're doing that. I know it's a few million people, so let's get Wikipedia. Wikipedia will do a better job. And we must have our own search engines, guys, in South Africa, so we can stop relying on this Wikipedia and Google things. We must have our own search engines in South Africa where we can like right now I work with Microsoft Excel a lot. So me and my friend we're trying to formulate some new Excel documents, Excel a new Excel um, software that can work better than Excel because Excel, what do you call 'em? Excel has got limitations. Thank you so much for the super chat from my brother, Southern African brother in Scotland. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it so much. So for me, it's like we need to find our own. What is the population of Soweto? Can a person struggle with such a stupid question? I'm not from Soweto. Do you have anyone from Soweto here? I can tell us what is the population of Soweto. It's busy giving me other stats that I did not ask for. Can someone who's more advanced than me on Google just do that? Just do, and I will pay you. Need someone who can. Okay, the last stat says 1.8 million people. 1.8 million people. So that is total. That is more than I think. Because you know that number is wrong. It's probably close to the 3 millions. That is more than Botswana. That is more than Mozambique. That is more than Namibia. That is more than all of those things. So yes, guys, let's get into it. So my wife gave me a budget for 2020, 2023 December. Like I said, about 12 days that I have there. And she said, listen, Habi, this is what we need to spend on. Uh, it started as 17,000 rand for 12 days, guys. Imagine spending 17,000 rand for 12 days. Isaac, hi, thank you. Welcome. Neo, thank you for that 1 million. I also got that number. That number is wrong. That number is wrong. Thank you so much, Neo, for that. So my wife gave me this budget, and I'm like, this whole budget is about pleasing. It started with 17,000, but then we included the car service. We always service the car. I stay in Northern Cape, but I'm originally from Mpumalanga. So my family is in Gauteng, Mpumalanga, and Limpopo. So this year is the first year in my life since I stayed in Northern Cape that I have not been at home since the beginning of the year. So I came to Northern Cape January, and I've not been at home, because business is going well, work is keeping us busy, and you guys know I'm busy with this boxing stuff that I'm busy with. I'm fighting on the 27th of October in Bloemfontein. I'll post the poster and everything here so that you guys can see that. Good evening, King. Huge supporter from Cape Town. Kanjalo kanjalo Njayam. Thank you so much. One African, one blood, one land, one language. So I when I go home, it's like I have to see all of my cousins. I have to see all of my friends, my ex school, former schoolmates, if I can say them, name them that, and the people in my hood. And I've got a lot of land in Mpumalanga, so my land is left unguarded. But then my name needs to guard my land when I'm not there. So the people who are my neighbors, there's a place called Kwamhlanga where I grew up. It's in Kwandebele. Next door to Kwamhlanga, a new what we call a smart city is being built. It's called Kings Park. So that Kings Park is where I have a lot of land. Guys, I'm talking about serious land because the king there, not the king, the chief there, favored me because I helped him do the town planning for Kings Park. So um, when you're not there, people are stealing fences, people are stealing doors and everything. So for me, I've not had that type of experience because people will call me, check on me, my neighbors, people that I don't even know will call, "Ntate Songwane, how are you?" and everything. So when I go there, I feel like obligated to buy cold drink. You know what is cold drink versus Africans to buy that. So all of that is included in my budget. So it went from 15,000, 17,000, 20,000, 22,000, and now we are standing at 25,000 rand for only 12 days that I must spend. There's friends that are shooting you. They've got bigger YouTube channels than me. They're inviting me, and by big, I don't mean um, by only followers, but also by the stature of that person. They might have a YouTube channel that's not big, but they are big in social media, and they are inviting me, King. Can you come? Can you come and let's interview you? Let's speak about this African thing. And I want to see all of those people. I only buy clothes in. You don't know the struggle of buying clothes in Northern Cape. You guys don't. You don't understand the struggle of buying nice quality clothes in Northern Cape. I'm not a Markham's person. I don't want to support these shops, these white owned Johan Rupert nonsense shops. So I'm a I want to say tailor made person. I want to support a black business person who makes shirts, suits, shoes, and all of that. I try my best to support those people. So December, well, not December only. When I'm that side, I try my best to buy to buy African brands and support the local t-shirts and everything, local businesses, everything. I try to do everything as local as possible. So so my budget, guys, is right now as we speak past 25,000, right? I would like to know how much do you guys spend? Do you guys have family gatherings? Do you guys spend a lot on on the family gathering? We are taking out 350. Is it 350 or 250? 350, 250. I don't know. My wife is taking care of that. For the family gathering. So we rotate houses, we rotate families. So my family, like I said, is scattered. This year we'll go to Limpopo. This year we'll go to Mpumalanga. This year we'll go to Shoshanguve. This year I think we're in Shoshanguve again, and we will meet. And in my family gathering, what we do is that they will let you stand up. For example, I started YouTube this year in March, so they'll say, "Hi guys, family, this is King. Um, Hey, I took over the fireworks cost for the kids. Hi, hey, these fireworks can easily cost you 1,500, 1,500 rand just for fireworks. In fact, 1,500, those fireworks are very little, you know. So thank you for that comment, Tabang. So for me, they will let you stand up in the family. They're like, okay, this is King. He has started a YouTube channel. Not that they wouldn't know because we have a WhatsApp group, a family WhatsApp group, but maybe some are new, they don't know. And they say, this is King. He has started a YouTube channel. Can we all take out our phones and follow him on YouTube? I don't really advertise I've never seen a family member on my channel, so I don't advertise it that much on Facebook. If you have me on Facebook, you wouldn't even know that I have a YouTube channel. That's how much I only do YouTube on YouTube. I think that's a disadvantage because I want to reach 10,000 subscribers by December this year. Please assist me on that request. If you are new on the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate them so much. So they will let you stand up. This is King. He's got a WhatsApp, a YouTube channel. He's doing good, whatever, and we will clap. Oh yeah, this is Lebu has come with a boyfriend, and they'll tell the boyfriend, listen, in this family we don't actually do this boyfriend and girlfriend thing. We marry in this family. And they will kind of guide the boyfriend and see if he's serious and all of that, and tell him we don't actually allow boyfriend and girlfriend situation in the family gathering because we take the marriage very serious. So that's what we will do in my family gathering. But guys, 25,000 rand for 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 12 days is too much. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, well, I don't know if it's too much. That's why I'm asking you guys. How much are you spending on the festive? And remember, I don't drink alcohol. So I would think those who drink alcohol and go partying and all of that spend a little bit more because, in the night out, you can. I don't drink alcohol, but I would be buying alcohol for people, cousins and families, and that budget can easily exceed 1,000 rand. Easily exceed 1,000 rand. How much are you guys spending on the festive season? How much are you guys spending on the festive season? Is it as much as me, Mr. Easy Imali Nengi Nengi, or you guys are spending a little bit more? Are you guys spending a little bit more than me? That's what I would like to know on the comment section. We want to speak about the situation of children eating biscuits and what you call food poisoning in Soweto, mostly in Gauteng that I've seen this. This is not the first time this has happened. Also in the CBD, I saw it was not only what we call foreigners that did this. There was some three South African brothers that went to court, and they were selling muffins at the school, and the children got poisoning. And then now South Africans, how Soweto, I think Dobsonville or whatever, how South Africans are. Now it's turning into a xenophobic attack. People are labeling it as that. But understanding, if you have children, you can imagine the pain of your child coming back from a tuck shop or from school, and they've got a stomach cramps. They are vomiting blood, and they are taken to hospital and they pass away. Much less than you. I have no kids, but believe most of this cost in December is in Christmas clothes. Oh, Christmas. I try not to jump. I don't value brands that much. And my oldest kid is in grade 3, like I said, my son, Hosi. His name is Hosi. It's like his father. He's like the fourth Hosi in the family. great grandfather was Khosi. My father was Khosi. I am Khosi. He's also Khosi. You understand? He's like the fourth generation. So I'm trying my level best to to set him up. I don't have my book here, but those who know, I've got a book titled No CV, and in that book, my third chapter is titled No CV for my children. So I'm trying as much as possible to lay a foundation for my children. So my children, I don't want them to be materialistic people. So I buy them clothes at Markham's, Ackermans, and Jet. My child does not have more Nike, and he has never had those things. Nike and these nice labels, he does not have those things. I don't believe in that, and he's still growing anyway. Or by the time he is probably in high school, he will start wearing those brands with that peer pressure because you don't want to completely exclude them from the system. But I'm trying to um, brain indoctrinate him was the word I'm looking for, so that he can grow up in this African consciousness mind thing. He's watching my channels. 3 years old, watching my channels. He calls me Mr. Easy, Imalening name. So I guess that's a good thing. So yes, I'm trying to make sure that I program him to say don't follow the trend. There was this other trend right now that was happening at his school where everyone was wearing a Springbok jersey, and he was angry at his mother to say, I also, every Friday, people are wearing Springbok jerseys. Why am I not wearing Springbok jerseys? We don't watch, what you call, I told you guys, we don't even have a TV, don't have DSTV. So we don't watch TV in my house. So I asked him, I said, okay, if you want to watch, if you want me to buy you a Springbok t-shirt, and I was going to buy it in the street, obviously. I was not going to buy it in the shop. Buy it there in the street for 150 or 200. I asked him, who is the captain of the Springbok rugby team? He didn't know. He didn't know. So I I said, no, if you don't know, go and find out. And when you come back, I will buy you the t-shirt. When came back, said, no, I'm not interested in rugby. I'm interested in soccer. I'm like, that is why you have an Orlando Pirate t-shirt. I'm a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, but my son, for some reason, I don't know what happened to him. He's supporting Orlando Pirate. Imagine the stress we're going to have when he grows up. But hopefully, Kaizer Chiefs would have their game plan together. Going back to the topic of South Africans being xenophobic, I don't think South Africans are xenophobic, guys. Let's hear what Tavo says. Tavo says, "Awesome, man. Set him up for land you have. My grandfather set me up for 4 hectares. I think we need to learn to live without money to survive. Food, water, shelter, power, and weapons." I like the last part that you did. I think one of my videos that have went viral is me telling African brothers that they need to get a legal firearm. That is one of the biggest videos I've made to say, guys, it was a short video, 30 seconds or something like that. I said, get a firearm as an African brother. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are caught in a fight to protect, you're caught in a situation where you have to protect your family or even yourself against people and you don't have a firearm. It's easy. Most of you guys don't even have criminal records. So for those who don't even have criminal records, get a firearm. It's about 12,000 rand, guys. Get a firearm. You will thank me later. Get a firearm as an African brother. Do not make a mistake of not people knocking on your door, kicking down your front door, and your family is in the house, your mother is in the house, whatever the situation is. And for me, I'm a boxer. a professional boxer, a good one for that matter. I'll be fighting for titles this by the end of this year. I think I'll be a South African champion. Hopefully, if these contracts that I have on the table manifest into an event. But the point I'm trying to make is not many people can beat me in a fist fight in the streets. You understand? But once you, even if they could give them a knife, it won't be easy for them to stab me. I mean, one on one, most people will fall down against me. I'm a big boy. I'm a light heavyweight, and I'm a Tonga man. Very aggressive person. That's why I'm in boxing. Boxing was there to tone down the aggression. In a situation where there's two or three guys trying to rob the house breaking or whatever, I don't stand a chance against those criminals. Go to the safe, take out the firearm, and let those people meet their maker. I try by all means not to drive with the firearm because the availability of the firearm makes you, if you're a person like me, it makes you feel like a demigod. Understand? So you're almost like, I wish a nigga would type of a situation. I wish you would. So even road rage might escalate to wrong things. So you need discipline when you have a firearm. But you guys that don't have a firearm and that has never thought of getting a firearm, go to the gun range, shoot test some pistols, test a Glock, test an AK, test something, a 9mm, test something so that you guys can have a feel of how a gun feels. And don't look at it bad. Almost all white people at my work, I work for the Department of Agriculture, I've got firearms. And some of them are not even in what you call farming. They are not in farming. They are just there as normal citizens staying in towns, and they have firearms. What is the firearms there for? To protect their family. When you don't have a firearm, what's your problem as a man? And some of you, I said, okay, let's say you don't have the 12,000 rand to get a firearm. It's about somewhere there, depending on where you get it and what type of firearm you're getting. Some are around there, including the safe guys. You are better off going to a gym, a boxing gym, not a karate gym. Don't go to a karate gym. It's a waste of time. Karate does not work in the streets. There's no kicking and jumping up and higher. No. Go to a boxing gym and learn how to throw your hands. Because most fights actually end with 2 or 3 blows on the head. You can't be a man that cannot throw his hands. How are you going to protect your lady, your friends? How are you going to protect yourself in a situation where you cannot avoid confrontation? How are you going to protect yourself? Get a firearm, number one. Number two, if you can't, go to a local gym and learn how to throw hands. 200-300 rand, put them on and hit a punching bag. Learn how to throw hands from someone who's a teacher, obviously a boxing coach or whatever, and learn how to throw hands. It's important for us African brothers. There was another time, Oscar, thank you so much for tuning in. We've been here for some few minutes, 14 minutes, Oscar, but you're welcome. There was a clip where EFF brothers were, I think it was in Senegal in Free State, where they were fighting. There was a clip of one white guy beating, I think 6-7 EFF supporters with basic punching. Oscar, you are late, my brother. You're late. You guys said 9 o'clock. We're deep. There was a situation where an African man was beating 5 or 6 EFF supporters alone. And obviously, we Africans, we did not miss the opportunity to say, ah, we are not ready for what time is it now? We are not ready for the land and all of that. And it was like when I watched the clip, because I'm a combat guy, I watched the clip. I'm like, my EFF brothers and sisters don't know how to throw hands. You know, Shaka Zulu's army was very few. In fact, this story that you guys hear of the 300 soldiers in Greece, it's copied from Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu believed in having quality instead of quantity. That's the type of king Shaka was. So you cannot have you my brothers and sisters, even some of you sisters with your long nails, please learn how to defend and choke someone out. Please learn how to defend, apprehend someone and choke them out so that they can leave you the hell alone. Because you guys are saying we want the land back. There's nothing that we're going to get back until we fight for it. There's nothing we're going to get back here in South Africa until we fight for it. You guys understand what I'm saying? In Africa, you can see what they're doing to our brother Abraham, the president, the current president, the youngest president in Africa right now, in Burkina Faso. They are trying to attack him left and right. France is trying to attack him left and right. Thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you for the subscription, guys. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So please, those who haven't subscribed, I will appreciate it. If you subscribe, click the like button, notification bell, and all of that. You know how it goes, guys. As an African, this is an African channel, pro-African channel, a pan-Africanist channel, and the only thing I discuss here, excuse me, is matters that affect us as Africans. I don't do gossip. I don't care about who married who cheated on and who's suing who divorced who killed who, and all those topics that have nothing to do with the progression of us as Africans. I don't care about. Gossip is gossip. There are many YouTube channels that do gossip and they are doing very good. Please do follow them. The other thing I want to do that I know I'm very knowledgeable in, besides politics, is religion. I'm a person who has studied spirituality in depth, whether it be Islam, whether it be Christianity or African spirituality, Rastafarism, and I'm a person who's very knowledgeable in that. But I feel like it's going to divert from the what you call the political space I want to attack for this channel. So probably next year when the year begins, I might start a new channel where I speak specifically about spirituality, how it affects us as Africans, and why people like saying Africans hated everything about colonization except for Christianity. You've heard that word before. You've heard that sentence before, where they say we hate everything about what our colonizers did to us, except for the Christianity. Last week you heard me speak about Africans changing their European name into back into African names. I said we as Africans are the only race, the only race that gives their children white names. Where have you seen a Chinese person with a white name? Even if we look at them, those who do have white names, it is such a minimum, insignificant number. It is only us Africans who give our children white names. And don't be angry about it when you have a white name or whatever. Just acknowledge the fact that somewhere, somehow, the programming of the white people to us has worked. These people have managed to program us so well that even after we got our independence, even after we got our democracy, we are still automatically, without them forcing us, without anyone forcing us, naming our children with white names. As Africans, that nonsense should have a generation that says enough is enough. We don't want to do this anymore. It has to be us. It has to be this generation. Us born in the 80s, 90s. It's us that can change the trend. These ones born in the 2000s, they're still young, these ones. Let's leave them alone. Let's leave that group alone. You guys understand what I'm saying? So it's those type of things that we Africans have to talk about. The renaming of the streets. My goodness, you guys, if you have never been to Northern Cape, I know most of you have never been to Northern Cape. All you know about Northern Cape is Kimberley and Kuruman. Most of you don't know anything about Northern Cape. Northern Cape is the most racist province in South Africa. People say Western Cape is worse because Western Cape has got like almost a high percentage of white people living there. Northern Cape, it's not even a joke, guys. Northern Cape, almost all the cities in Northern Cape are Afrikaner names. Right now, I'm in Calvinia. You guys have got no idea where Calvinia is. Next to it is Carnaval. Next to it is Windsorton. Next to it is Facerberg. After that, I'm going to Port Nolot. After that, I'm going to Springbok. After that, I'm going to Uppington. After that, I'm going to Alexandra Bay. You know, I'm going to what's that city on the border that I'm going to? Just forgot the name. So I'm traveling everywhere. Hi, Sir King, Mr. Patimo from Maikeng. Thank you so much, Patimo from Maikeng. Welcome. But you're welcome. I will just for you, my brother or sister. We will just push a few more seconds for you. For those who came in late, we are speaking about our spending habits as Africans in the festive season. I have said, for me, I'm spending more than 25,000 rand in 12 days only. Not December, 12 days in December. So there's a lot of money I'm spending. So 25,000 rand, ladies and gentlemen, can start a business. Did you know that? Women like doing this tattoo, drawing eyebrows things. My wife also wants to do it. In fact, she's going for a course in January. That course, it cost us about 10,000 rand. She goes there, I think, for 2-3 months, and they teach her how to do eyelashes, eyebrows, whatever they call them, and then they give them the starter kit, and they do this what the temporary tattoos things that they do on their eyes. African women, why are you doing this? Beautifying yourself like this. Excuse me. I'm gonna get into it right now, Princely. I'm gonna get into it right now. Your question. Thank you so much for the question. So that 25,000 rand that I'm spending, and Princely, this also counts as to what can liberate us as Africans. Sorry guys, this thing that's stopping my phone here, it's not reliable. There we go. I think that's much better. Yes. Right there. So the 25,000 rand I'm going to spend in December, I'm going to spend it. I don't have a chance. Can start a business. You understand? I can, if I if I take that money and put it into one of my sisters who's unemployed, I say, listen, here's a cost of doing these eyebrows things. Do you want to go? I'll fund it. You can pay me monthly, and it's 10,000 rand. You can pay me 15,000 rand. In my mind, I know I don't want the 15,000 rand back, but I'm teaching her financial um, responsibility so that when she does her business, she knows someone put me up for this. My cousin put me up for this, and I need to pay him back, whether it's 500 rand every month. Because one session of those things, guys, is like 1,500 rand minimum. You know, so a person can make that 10,000 rand back in a month if she's good with the work and the quality is good and everything. She can make that 10,000 rand back. So my question is, why is it that we Africans are spending so much? We are spending too much on alcohol, parties, satisfying. And for me, I told you guys the situation is because I don't see my family for the whole year. I'm in Northern Cape. The only family I see is my wife family because they are in Northern Cape also. Even though they are far, 250 kilometers from Kimberley to Kuruman. Uh, we are in a situation where my family, my blood family, I haven't seen them flesh to flesh this whole year. My grandmother is 80 years old, 82 years old. I have not seen her this whole year. We speak on the phone almost every day, but when we have to be honest, she's left with how many years? Probably 10, maybe less than that. And if I see her once a year, it means in the next 10 years, I will see my grandmother only 10 times. What type of nonsense is that? So that is why I feel obligated when I go at home December. I spoil that woman rotten. I spoil that woman rotten. Not I don't play around with that woman. My grandmother, she's a mother. You know how we African brothers are. Our grandmothers raised us. So my grandmother I called her ma since I was growing up. Now let's get into Prinsley's question. Shocking. That is my brother greeting me. He says, shocking. What will it take to liberate Africans, Africa/Africans? There is no liberation anywhere in Africa if it's not political. There is no way we will liberate ourselves if we don't have a political agenda. The way our colonizers worked was in a political, methodological way. They came to steal the workforce in slavery. They came to steal the minerals and then build their own economy. That's why you saw the president of Guyana in South America speaking to the UK, say, we build this palace that you guys have. You enslaved us and we built this palace. We want reparation of everything that you guys stole from us. Understand? It will take Africa uniting. Africa uniting is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. But Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, or you can call it Niger, but it's actually Niger, have shown us that African countries can unite in one, in a political understanding, in a political agreement. They they have combined their army. When you watch my channel, you hear one Africa, one land. They have combined one Africa, one army. They have combined their army, and their army is now strong enough to fight ECOWAS. For those who don't know, the situation in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is that in Niger, France was stealing the uranium that they use for electricity with their former president, Mohamed Bazoum. They have now taken him out. The army took him out and said, you are not doing anything for our country. We're going to take you out. The army took over the administrative work of the country, and the country has been doing well ever since. But now, because Niger is part of West Africa. West of Africa has combined their countries into one organization called ECOWAS. ECOWAS is 15 countries in West Africa that says we want to work about free trading, unitism, and everything in the West of Africa. Let's develop West of Africa as these countries. So West of Africa are in this agreement with what Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali are doing. So they want to attack these countries. But these three countries combined together with the fearless general of Burkina Faso, and they've said, listen, if you attack Niger, we will come at you. Remember, Niger is the next door neighbor. It's bordering Nigeria. Nigeria is the head. The Nigerian president is the head of ECOWAS. They are the ones. They are the Nigerian, the old man of Nigeria. I don't know why Nigerians voted for that old man. I think he's a millionaire or billionaire or something like that. They are heading ECOWAS. They want to attack Niger, but they can't attack Niger because Niger, excuse me for that, because Niger is backed by Burkina Faso and Mali, and those are strong generals. Remember, the Mali general of the army took over Mali, and then he took out French as the official language. So my brother, what's his name? Princely is asking, what is it that we need to do to unite Africans? Number one, we need to liberate Africans. Number one, we need to stand in unity. Close the exporting of raw material in Africa. No more exporting diamonds, uncut diamonds from Botswana, from South Africa, from everywhere. No more exporting of raw gold, nothing. When you buy minerals in Africa, it will be in finished form, final product. If you buy gold, it will be a chain, it will be a watch, it will be a ring. You understand what I'm saying? That is going to help us as Africans to be liberated from all of this nonsense of the European and South America, Russia and China colonizers that are still colonizing us today. Chinese are very strategic with that. Number one. Number two, we need to cluster and combine countries. There is no reason South Africa having the Sotho language in South Africa for Swaziland, which its borders is completely surrounded by South Africa, not to be an additional province in South Africa. We have is it 7-9 provinces in South Africa? Lesotho can be a province in South Africa. Lesotho, in fact, is already working with South Africa. They're supplying us with water. They're assisting us with many things. Lesotho is an additional province in South Africa. There is no reason why Swaziland, as an official language of South Africa, why is it that Swaziland is not an additional, additional province to South Africa? Namibia, which has 2-point-something million people, that is a very little population. There is no reason why we can't grow. I don't know what will be the new name of this new country I'm talking about, because we are pushing for one Africa, one land, meaning an Africa with no borders. Meaning, what do we mean by Africa with no borders? We mean Africa with no passport, meaning moving from Zimbabwe to South Africa, you don't need a passport. You just need not a visa. Yeah, we can call it Azania. Azania means, I think the southern, I don't know what Azania means. I know the meaning, but I forgot it. But we will need you just need an identification, some form of identification at the border for entry. So if I go to Zimbabwe today, I get there, they scan my South African ID, which will be the same ID in the SADC, and they say, okay, Mr. Fengwane, where are you going? I said, no, I'm going to see my brother Tendani. And they say, okay, for what reasons? I said, no, it's a personal visit. For how long will you be here, Mr. Fengwane? I said, no, maybe 2 months. Okay, thank you so much. They scan it, they give it to me. So now they have a record of me entering going on. Excuse me, we almost got cut. So we need to have that free trade spirit as Africans so that we can move anywhere in Africa. Yes, and people don't know this. In Europe, you don't need any visa to travel around Europe. Germany, Spain, the United Kingdom. You can move into Scotland, India, England, and whatever. You can move easily around those countries without any discrimination. But it is those countries that tell us Africans that we need to have visas, traveling visas for our brothers and sisters, while they don't have it in their countries. You can travel easily from Ukraine to anywhere. Anywhere you can travel anywhere in the United Kingdom. They call it the United Kingdom. United Kingdom of Africa is what we need. United African country. That's what we need. Number one. Number two, we need to get rid of the colonizers' languages and force them to have our languages in their countries. I know it's not something that is easy because you guys, we love English too much, we Africans. We Africans love English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and all of these rubbish languages too much. That is our problem. When you say one Africa, one land, Africans don't want to support you. My brother Tabang says Africa has got the youngest population. They made a mistake releasing that stats. When you have the youngest population, it means you have the future in your continent. Remember, Africa is the most populated continent. They will lie to you and tell you India and China is more populated than us. It's not true. They are not even big. You can fit them into our land. They are not big in terms of population. We are the biggest population, calculating it somewhere 1.7 billion people in Africa. India 1.5, China 1.5.3. Understand? We have okay. I've already read that. We need to train from Cape to Cairo. We need a train from Cape to Cairo. Yes, we need a transport that can travel everywhere. Remember the white people, the colonizers, when they were colonizing South Africa, you have a song by Huma Sikela that says there is a train from Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and what. He's singing about the train that was collecting the slaves everywhere, coming to work in the gold mines of Johannesburg. That's why I don't understand my brothers and sisters who fight our African brothers. These people helped us build the greatest square mile in Africa, which is Johannesburg, the richest square mile in Africa. Johannesburg was built by our African brothers that you call foreigners. You understand what I'm saying? And we have a situation where we you guys, you're asking me other questions that I'm very passionate about. I wanted to speak about other things, but now after we changed the language problem in Africa, and all of us, Taura, Shishona, or all of us speak Swahili, Kidogo, Kidogo. Kidogo, Kidogo in Swahili means a little, a bit. Asante sana. Asante means thank you. Thank you so much. Asante sana means thank you so much in Swahili. So after we change the language problem, we choose three or two languages that we're going to speak in the SADC area, in the the West Africa, or in the Central Africa, whatever the case can be. And then we get to a point where we change the educational system. This educational system that we currently have right now, almost all African countries' educational system, syllabus, and it's taken from the Western countries, and they have given us their old educational system, their syllabuses. It means we are always behind. You understand? We don't teach our children to think. We teach our children to be workers. Okay, he says more people in your country means more demand for product, which boosts the economy. Problem is in South Africa, we don't own the economy. Guys, I showed you, didn't I show you? I showed you the companies that Johan Rupert owns. From, let me see if I can find those videos. It's bad, guys. It's bad, the companies that man owns here in South Africa. It's bad. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Salati, the sugar company, Sunbake, what is this? Nola mayonnaise, King, Safari, Flora, Outsurance, Stock, Outvest, Out in Out Insurance, Vuma, PG Group, Kagiso Media. He owns Kagiso Media. Umtshwayela below. OFM, Kaya FM, Kakasi FM, Jacaranda FM. Like, this guy owns everything, guys. ETV, OpenView, in the pharmaceutical industry, Bolt, FNB, West Bank, that's obviously where he has shares, Direct Access, Motor Industry, ENCA. Johan Rupert owns ENCA. That's why I say you can't trust what ENCA is telling you guys. They tell you half truths, and all of the rest, what they tell you, is lies. You understand what I'm saying? And on the clothing industry, owns the boots, Lucky Strike, so many companies. I'll make a video about this. This character owns so much. Look at that, guys. Look at it. Look at all of the companies that these guys own. You guys will forgive me. You know I'm not good with these are all companies owned by one person. These are all companies owned by Johan Rupert. So when you say we don't own our economy, this is what you mean. This is what you mean. Companies owned by one person. He's looking after his people, the richest man in Africa. He's busy competing with Oppenheimer, and there's another billionaire in Nigeria, an African man in Nigeria, who's also very rich. You know, the crude oil and all of that. So for me as Africans, that is very important. We don't own any means of production. And you hear people speaking about this many times, but the means of production is not a problem. Where do you create the means of production? You start at the school level. You teach children to be bosses instead of employees. I'm working with people in government who are very comfortable with getting a salary of 15,000 rand. Very comfortable getting a 12,000 rand salary, 21,000 salary, 31,000 salary, 42,000. They don't want to move from government. You know how easy work is in government. I work for government, guys. We don't work as hard as the impact is there, but our work is not like the private sector. We don't We don't work hard. I'm not sweating every day for money. Let me hear quickly what Ujat says. But my stress is BRICS. Um I think it will do good because today 19 rand 30 because India voted not not to one currency. Um, listen, listen, ladies and gentlemen, stop this nonsense of the BRICS. Have you heard the word or the saying, only Africa can save Africa? Let's stop depending on India, Russia, and China, and Brazil also. Let's stop thinking that we can somewhere, somehow. The reason why the BRICS people are so focused on Africa is because most of the minerals are here, and they can see Africa is waking up, kicking out Europe and kicking out the USA. So they want in, they want in, but they have to keep us in this mindset that we need them. They need to keep us in that mindset that no, Africa, we are actually more advanced than you. China is more advanced than you. Technologically, China is better than you guys. In fact, our children at China at a lower level are doing more than what your universities is doing. Our African politicians hear this. They don't hear they don't hear the solution. They hear the problem. Now they go back and they bombast us and tell us, no, we are doing bad in our schools. No. When someone tells you, listen, um, our 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 Chinese kids are doing better in middle school than your universities, change the educational system immediately. Why is it that you can't change the educational system? Who's controlling our educational system? Who's controlling our educational system? Take that syllabus from China, implement it next month, next year. When they start again next year, we are learning new things. We are learning how to do mechanization, whatever, functional robots at grade 5, grade 3, whatever it is. We implement these things. Our politicians don't have the political will to implement these things. Why don't they have the political will? Because people don't understand the politicians don't actually run the country. Our politicians don't run the country. You think the politicians will pass a law that goes against the Johan Rupert and the Oppenheimers? Do you know how much those two families alone contribute to the GDP of this country? Do you know what will happen if these people close their shop rights and check us and DSTV? You guys will be crying left and right, but you will be seeing the problem. You won't see the opportunity that, okay, they have closed the shop rights. Let's open our own. That's what they did to Russia. The USA took out McDonald's, KFC, and all of their restaurants in Russia when Russia attacked Ukraine. And Russia reopened those stores in Russian, in Russian names. Go and check it out, guys. So we Africans, our problem is we want to fight first. We want to fight first. Don't want to fix policing. We want to kick out our African brothers. When we talk about foreigners, we are not talking about Chinese. The Chinese shop, it's okay. The Chinese shop, it's 100% okay. The white small shop, it's okay. But the Nigerian shop, we want to attack that one. That's the one we want to attack. Xenophobic attacks. Our mindset is like that. The Chinese people are not foreigners. They are tourists in our country. But our African brothers, they must go, they must leave, they must go back. Some of you are complaining about jobs, but you have a degree and diploma. You guys can get jobs in other countries. It's just you are afraid to go. Why are you afraid to go? Because you know how South Africans treat other nationalities, and you'll be shocked. You'll be treated like a king. South Africans are treated like darlings in other countries. Hola, hola, hola. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are extremely late. You guys are the ones that are making me push this live stream for so long. You understand? Mokhale, we are live every Thursday, 9 o'clock. Okay? Every Thursday, 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to close very soon, but we are continuing with the question that Uprintley asked. He says, what is it going to take for Africans to unite, to liberate Africans? And that is all this comes from apartheid. EFF is correct. You guys don't understand the impact and the the impact apartheid had on you guys. You guys don't make me start to speak about African apartheid and Africans and everything. The systematic. These people knew that one day Africans will wake up, and because of their numbers, you know, Afrikaners, they just became, I think, 9 and 10% right now recently. In the past, in the apartheid days, they were less than 5% of the population of South Africa. But they ran the whole South Africa in fear because you guys don't want to equip yourself with guns. Our politicians had to run to Russia and run to other countries to go and get guns to come and fight this apartheid regime. But by that time, the regime was clever. They got one darky, I almost said one kafir, one darky that they can negotiate with, which was Nelson Mandela. They said, listen, let's speak to this one. This one he's more educated, this one. We can speak to him and we can give him land. We can promise his family great wealth, just like they did with the Cyril Ramaphosa family. So we can give these ones shares in the mines and everything. We can give them back the powers of government. But what we want is that they must not take back the minerals and the land. That's number one. Number two, what apartheid did, they played with your mind. They made you feel inferior. Look at our women today. Our women don't know what African beauty is. Our women don't know what African beauty is. They are trying by all means to westernize themselves. And the funny thing is the Western people, they know what African beauty is. Look at how this cosmetic nonsense, they're making their buttocks bigger. They are putting injections in their lips so they can have fluffy lips like us Africans. This big nose that they were speaking down to, and everyone wanted a sharp nose like Michael Jackson. It's changing. Everything is changing. Our big eyebrows, our beautiful eyebrows, they are copying it. Everything. So the mindset was changed to say European is beautiful, African is ugly, dark skin is very ugly. So we automatically fell for what you call the lighter complexion Africans. We see them as better. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? They did not only do that. Apartheid then took away your name, your heritage, where you come from. They took you out of your land. They took your grandfather out of your land. They made him go and work at the mines, wherein he inhaled all of the toxic air underneath in the mines and got sick and died. Your mother started raising, your great-great-great-mothers started raising the family household alone. Post 1994, they started telling Black African women that you can be independent from your men, killing the family structure of Africans. Africans have always been rich in family structure. In fact, we need to stay together. That's why we say your uncle is not your uncle, is your father. Your father's brother is not your uncle, is your father, is your second father. We call him Ubaba Mncane, Ubaba Mkhulu. Yeah? Ubaba. All of them, we call them Baba. My father's younger brother, I call him Papa. He's a father to me. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? So they took the family thing out. They started telling our black, beautiful African sisters that they can be independent from us. They don't need an African man. The family structure broke. I'm telling you what apartheid did systematically everywhere around the world. Our sisters started going against us as black brothers. Remember, they saw that they can't change us as black brothers. The only weapon they could use against us is this LGBTQ movement, turning African men into more feminine nonsense. So they saw they can penetrate us. Sexually confused young black brothers who they're getting sexual education, transgender education, LGBTQ nonsense education on the what you call on the internet. Our children are watching Somizi on TV. That's why Somizi will never lose his jobs. You guys can play as much as you want. Somizi will be on your TV until he's 60 something years old. Because it is very important until there comes a new gay guy that can take over from Somizi. It is very important for them to keep that image in front of you guys. You don't hear white women going around speaking about independence. You don't hear that. You don't hear Chinese women speaking about they want to be independent from their Chinese men. You don't hear that from Indian men, Arab women. Arab women and Indian women are so submissive. And that's why you see the men, their business are thriving because they've got a woman that's holding them down. It's only African sisters that want to do better than their male counterparts. And in the way they want to be more muscular than their male counterpart. And nani ni namachita ni stupid in busy. You want to be feminine. Busy manicure pedicure. That is what they did to us. Not only taking the heritage, for some people in the Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, Free State, they took the surnames. Black African brothers and sisters having African surnames. Many Xhosa people have got African surnames. Many Tswana people in Northern Cape have got African surnames. They took away your surnames. Not only that, in Northern Cape, they made them speak the Afrikaans language. So in Northern Cape, I came here, my Afrikaans was so poor, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Mawuzukhuluma isingisi eMhlanga eMpumalanga kwaNdebele besimangala ukuthi umuntu lo mhlo uyahapa lo. But when I came to Northern Cape, I saw two African brothers speaking in Afrikaans. I was like, oh my God, what is this now? But I'm telling you right now, I came to Northern Cape 2009. Right now, my Afrikaans is so good, I see as a grappie. I get my geleer om hoe om Afrikaans te praat, want die mense rond my, almal van hulle praat in Afrikaans. Ek het my geleer, want elke plek waar jy gaan, jy wil iets koop, jy wil iets vra, enige ding wat jy wil doen, jy moet maar aan Afrikaans praat. Dat die mense kan jou mooi verstaan. Jy moet maar, as jy nie kan Afrikaans praat, jy gaan jou tong byt. That is the situation we find ourselves in Africa. You find Africans speaking Portuguese like nobody's business in Angola. You find Africans speaking French in Ivory Coast, in Niger, in Chad Republic, in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Senegal, speaking French like nobody's business. So you tell me, when is Africa going to unite? Which president in Africa is going to save us from this sickness of English? The educational level needs to change. Our educational what what you call our educational space, our educational sector needs to change. We need an African language that we can convert English textbooks, scientific textbooks, technological textbook into that language. Our children must learn terminology, scientific terminology in an African language. We do have those terminologies. Guys, the oldest calendar in Africa is in Mpumalanga. Inzalo Yelanga is in Africa. There you get the names of January, February, March, April, May, up to December in our African language. Why is it that we don't learn those things? The colors. Some of you don't even know what is red in your African language. What is blue in your African language? What is yellow in your you think that word don't even exist. You understand what I'm saying? That's how much apartheid has taken from you guys. Yes, you are angry at the ANC, but look how far they've gotten us. Look how many universities in Northern Cape we do not have universities. And I can't wait for the EFF to take control or to take power or to take some municipalities and change some names. The word Kimberley, you guys know the capital city of Northern Cape, Kimberley. Kimberley is one of the most evilest men that they don't teach about in South Africa. The man that came and stole the diamonds from Kimberley. Now we're naming our city after that man. You guys understand what I'm saying? We're naming our city after that man. So for me, it's going to take a lot. But the hope I have is with people like you that are on my channel and people like myself. There's a lot of YouTube channels like myself. You guys are spoiled for choice. Well, not like myself, but mostly that are Pan-Africanist. Let's do the little way we can, where we are. Let's start in our families. Let's educate our family members about Pan-Africanism. Let's educate our family members about supporting Black businesses. Let's educate our friends about being conscious where our money goes. As Africans, building the township industry, the township economy, building supporting Black businesses, basically. Let's be intentional about that type of things. Very intentional when I'm booking guest houses, when I'm going to restaurants, when you find a business that, let's say you book a guest house, you see which one is Black owned and this one is Black owned, and you go and book there, and you did not have a pleasant night. Okay, when you wake up, look for the owner and tell them to their face, say, listen, I only support Black people. I am going to come back to this guest house, but you need to fix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You understand? Tell them to their face that my money is going to go to Black businesses. In this restaurant, I ordered the chicken, whatever, and that thing was terrible. I did not even finish it. I was hungry. So you as the business owner, I expect you to change something. When I come back to this restaurant, be it next year, be it next week, be it the next day, I expect something to have changed. I don't like the service that I got. But even without liking this service, I'm not going to take my money to KFC or to Protea Hotel, to Johan Rupert. I'm going to make sure I come back here. But when I come back here, I don't sleep in a guest house that has got brown towels. Look at this, a brown towel. Can you guys see that? A brown towel in a guest house. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. So that is the things that is going to take for us Africans to change. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that's going to take us to change, guys. We are going to close now anytime soon, guys. If there's anything else that you guys want me to talk about, uh, you guys, for those who have came in, we today's topics were, I think they are pinned at the top. My comment, the agenda for today, it was we were speaking about the festive season, why we need to cut down on the spending of the festive season, and what type of energy or how we should channel our money for better use in the festive season. I said my budget for this festive season is about 25K, 25K, 25,000 rand for December. Yo. But mostly for my defense and my beautiful wife's defense, mostly the money goes to the fuel consumption because petrol is crazy and we drive close to 3,000, 4,000 kilometers in December. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, let's say 3,000, close to 3,000, 2 point something 3,000 kilometers that we drive. So you can imagine that's a lot of fuel. That's almost 8,000 rand of fuel that you will need for that. So the others is Christmas clothes and on blah 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 blah. So we're speaking about that. We also spoke about are South Africans xenophobic by nature? And we said, listen, South Africans actually, the drive for xenophobic attacks is South Africans not having economical power. The situation that you see in Johannesburg, in Soweto, where I think children ate some contaminated biscuits and passed. Oh my goodness, and passed away, is because we as South Africans fail to take charge of our township economy. That is the main problem. That is the main problem. And remember, when these Indians and whatever came and opened their tuck shop, we stopped supporting the black owned tuck shop and we supported this one because these ones they were giving you what do you call skoloto. They were giving you food ka skoloto. They could give you bread and said, come pay tomorrow. Our African brothers and sisters, they did that, but you never went back and paid. So we have a situation where we are the ones that killed the black business to support this one. Now, these people are now confident enough to put poison in our children's biscuit and kill them. So now, because of that, you see where the problem, the root cause of the problem, where the root cause of the problem was us killing our own township economy. Now we are finding ourselves where there's an opportunity for criminality to happen. Let's go and loot that shop. Let's go and kill that person. Criminality. Let's go and not only close this shop down. In fact, let's loot all the shops in our township. Oh, let's not only loot them. Let's loot the saloons, the barber shops of these Nigerians and whatever. Let's break everything down. But you don't understand that it takes time to open a tuck shop. It takes skills and business knowledge to run a tuck shop, especially in the dynamics of a township setup. There's too many things to consider while running a tuck shop in a township. You guys understand what I'm saying to you guys? So now that you have closed these Pakistani tuck shops, who's going to open a tuck shop tomorrow? Tomorrow, not next week. Because remember, I don't want to walk more than 30 minutes to go and find bread. These guys were just around the corner. Every street, they were just around the corner. Now we have closed them down because they have poisoned our children. I hope someone gets arrested. Condolence to the families that have suffered such rubbish. I cannot imagine. You know, you can just sympathize and empathize with the families for what they saw with their children. Those nurses and doctors, what they saw with their eyes, children vomiting, children having cramps, children losing power, children dying in front of them, just like that. Why? It's us failing to take charge of our communities. It's us failing to take charge. So we spoke briefly about that, this xenophobic mindset that is people saying South Africa is South Africans are not xenophobic. Dudula is xenophobic, not South Africans. So Dudula is a very small minority of South Africans, and they will continue failing because their agenda is driven by hate. And in this channel, I will never support anyone that takes my Zimbabwean brother, my Lesotho brother, puts them on a tire, burn them to death. I will never support that nonsense. Why? Because I see this thing of one Africa, one land. I see a graduate in South Africa who has graduated in a teaching degree, who does not find a job in South Africa, but finds job in Malawi and gets paid very well in Malawi. I see a nurse in South Africa who can't find a job here, but finds a job in Zambia, in the SADC area. I see a person a professor in Namibia, can't find job, lost his job, coming and working in South Africa. I see a young Zimbabwean boy who is uneducated, who does nothing in his life, but is good with cutting people's hair, coming in South Africa, starting his own salon and making a success of that. That's what I see in the future. That's why I will never, ever, ever advocate for killing other people. I will never do that, especially if those people are African people. I will never, never, ever, ever forget. You can unsubscribe, it's fine. I will never advocate for killing other African people. I will advocate for good policing, arresting people, arresting criminals, and keeping people accountable for their actions. That's what I will advocate for. But mob justice is something that I'll never, ever, ever advocate for. So, yes, guys, I think I will see you guys next week. I will see you guys next week again. Is there any closing remarks? Can anyone give us a nice closing remark, something we can close the chat with? Be it scripture, be it some motivational quote, be it something that we can ponder on as we are going to close up. Anyone, it's a World Teachers Day today. I grew up very naughty. I grew up very naughty at school. I went to 10 different schools from grade 1 to matric. So almost every school was chasing me away when I was still a little boy, because teachers did not know how to control my energy. And mind you, I was very good in the field, whether it be rugby, tennis, athletics. I've got medals like nobody's business in my house, hanging by my grandmother's house, in my house, everywhere. I've got medals everywhere. But I grew up very naughty. And I can remember a teacher. What was her name? It was an Afrikaner teacher who actually changed my life in terms of when I was chased away in Kimberley Boys High for beating up a boy for swearing at my mother's private parts. I had to take him out. There was no school that wanted to take me, but there's a school in the north of Gauteng in a place called Brongersspruit, Cultura High School. They took me in the mid of the year in grade 11, and that's why I completed my grade 11 and grade 12, because I was being chased away every school. So be it World Teachers Day, I want to also acknowledge some of you who are teachers, that especially this generation of teachers, that has been said that the quality has declined a lot. Please make sure that you you prove that statement wrong, because teachers are the backbone of any profession. Nurses come from teachers, police come from teachers, doctors come from teachers, politicians come from teachers, everyone come from teachers, the teaching faculty. That's why when I saw in 2023, I saw a pay slip of a teacher, 22,000 rand, I almost died. Like, oh my God, a teacher that has been teaching for more than 15 years with all of the qualification they have, earning 22,000 rand. What is it that if you buy a house and a car with 22,000 rand, it's over with your life. You will never, ever, ever have anything good in your life. When I pay that car 7 years, because that's what you guys are taking, you're taking financial plans for 7 years for cars, and it's a Polo. I'm not blaming you. Taking a house on a bond that you'll pay forever, ever. 7,000 rand bond, 5,000 rand bond, you're paying forever. You will never ever. Guys, if you guys don't want to do business, forget about your life. If you guys don't want to sell something, forget about being rich. If you guys don't want to break the family curse, if you guys don't want to go digital, if you guys are not learning how to trade, you guys are not learning what is cryptocurrency, you guys don't want to touch into those spaces, you are afraid you will be left behind because you believe that you need to work every day. Guys, when you're sleeping, you need to make money. We'll touch on that next week. I'm waiting for a closing remark. I'm not closing until I get a closing remark from you guys. Oh my God, there's so many other comments that I did not see. Sorry, guys. I was busy looking at the top comments. Chris Arne have been a big problem here to go. Tabang, for being lighter and white women, okay. I'm also from South Africa, 10 years. Kaho, thank you guys for tuning in. It's a little bit late, but sorry I did not see you until your comments, guys. I don't know why this thing never scrolled up. If the ANC comes below 50%, how will they pick a president? No, Tawang, they wouldn't have a problem with that because they will just choose a small party that they will give some ministries, like Minister of not finance, Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of something. They will just choose a small party where they can just make a deal, and the ANC will remain the party with the president. So that will not be a problem in that regard. Tabangari, the black movement needs a what you call a needs to partner with ZCC if they want to copy the Jews. Yeah, ZCC is they those people follow what you call they follow their religion and their what you call lechanyane religiously. So, King, I have a problem about child labor when the law can't work for white people, but only for us as blacks. Yo, guys, I did not see these comments. I'm so sorry. I left my phone to switch off. This thing of children of 13 years old and okay, guys, let's run for 10 more minutes. Let me cover these topics for you guys. I apologize for being this long. If you just got in, please feel free to click the like so that we can spread the word. And if you haven't by now, subscribe to the channel. We are aiming for 10,000 subscribers. I want to celebrate with you guys. I want to have a gift for you guys. Some of you have been with me since day one, since March this year. And we are at almost 7,000 subscribers right now. Let's cover the 7,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And I want to celebrate with you guys. I don't know what is it that I will give you guys, but part of the package I'm going to give you guys is my book I said Lena, and probably other books also to read, and maybe a T-shirt or something celebrating 10,000 subscribers. For me, it will mean a lot to reach 10,000 subscribers by this December. It will mean a lot. So I appreciate it for you guys sharing my material on social media. I appreciate you guys doing a lot for me, guys, commenting, keeping your brother, keeping your brother, giving your brother motivations on the comment section. Uh, the malls also killed our township economy. Peter. Hmm. The malls also killed our township economy. Hmm. Yo, yo, Peter. My goodness, let me think about it. Let me think about it. King, I have a problem with. Okay, let me think about it. Let me think about the malls. Peter is saying the malls killed our township economy. The malls. I think I'm guessing Peter is speaking about who owns the malls and the shops in the malls. The shops in the malls, our township, because you guys don't want to franchise shops, Ntuli shop or Mabena shop or whatever, never franchise, never grow. Everyone, when you open a tuck shop here, everyone wants to open a tuck shop with a different name. They don't come and say, let's make this brand bigger like ShopRite. You understand? So let's grow this brand. Let's grow the stakeholders in this brand. Let's have people who can finance into this brand. Uh, People came and took for example, barber shop. We've been cutting hair for how long? These people came and just um, um, made the barber shop look like the most expensive experience you can get of cutting your hair. Excuse me. So saying that the malls also kill the township economy is partly true, but what is it that the township economy can show to say, here's our um, businesses, here's our clothing range, here's our clothing shops, not the range, because it doesn't help having a clothing range that you can't put in Mr. Price. You need your own black Mr. Price to put your shops there. You understand what I'm saying? So the malls don't have African pro-black African shops. I agree. The malls did also kill the township economy because why people want quality. Quality. Hey, Peter Ntuli. Peter Ntuli, where are you from? Are you from Pumalanga or Gauteng? Where are you from? Just go there in the comment section if you are still around, Peter. Let me hear where you're from. We are left with a few minutes, guys. Uche, true, because I am in a relationship with a Zim lady for 13 years and I have one son, okay, of 12 years. So, hey, you hate it immediately, ne? Hey, he is a PC gamer. Oh, on Kile, sometimes I miss to watch you, Patsimo from Maikeng. Did I mix this thing? Okay. My brother's got a girlfriend in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwean people don't live that with Zimbabwean women. Zimbabwean women are the most humblest things you can get in the southern part of Africa. I'm telling you. Time to build Capitec and capacity and overcome racism through excellence. A man of excellence will stand before kings. Wow. Yes. Okay. I think that's when I was asking for tenure. Me, Zim lady in the run 20 rooms hotels. Me and my Zim lady are running a 20-room hotel. Wow. Guys are doing it, eh? you guys are doing it. Me and my wife, we've got a property in Kuruman that we have given out for rental, and yeah, we need to up our what you call property portfolio to generate money. Okay, a few minutes left, guys. A few minutes left uh, into this live stream. We were supposed to go 1 hour, but we went for 2 hours. Thank you so much for joining, guys, in that few minutes. So, Peter, I think Peter is gone. Peter raised a new thing there. The malls are killing the township economy. Do you guys agree with that? Do you guys can you hear the Pan-Africanism in that statement that the malls are killing township economy? It's time we change our minds as to who is supporting. The problem is we are the ones who go into the malls. I understand that the options are very limited, but we are the ones who are going into the malls and supporting this Mr. Price and Ackermans and all of that. Look at these people. They own the means of production. Our brother and sister who owns a clothing range from town in the township is buying the t-shirts 1010 and going and embroidering them somewhere, and it takes big companies like Mobatu to um, to infiltrate spaces like the mall. How many black owned shops can we say really infiltrated South Africa like Batu? Hmm? Hmm? Hey guys, we need to improve our African production space. We need to get into um, get into the malls, man. We need to get into the malls. Yeah. In closing, guys. In closing, guys. In closing, guys. In very much closing, guys. We are looking to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, meaning by December this year. We are somewhere at where are we now? Let me check exactly where we are so I can tell you guys. We are exactly at 6,827. 827. Okay. So we need to get those subscriptions up, guys. We need to get those subscriptions up. I'm working from my side to give you content almost every day, and I'm very happy with my space. I know what I need to improve from myself to get the quality where I want, the type of mics that I want, the type of setup that I want. I'm actually kicking my car out of the garage, and me and my wife want to turn the garage into a studio, a YouTube studio. And once YouTube start generating some type of income, then we'll be able to do that. We will be able to do that. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. 2 minutes left into the chat. Some of you will be watching this as a repeat. Thank you so much for even clicking view on this channel. I appreciate it immensely. You guys don't understand. When I started YouTube, when I started YouTube, I my ambitions were 1,000 subscribers. I didn't have anything beyond that. I didn't I didn't think of money. I did not think of anything. I just wanted to speak. I just wanted to put myself out there and say, let me speak to my African brothers and sisters. I hope I will meet people from Nigeria and all around the country. And you guys exceeded my expectations. Understand? I feel like some of you, you guys are you becoming family because you guys were here from 10 subscribers. Understand? How about the guy Ekasi who buys plains yet plains t-shirts for 120, then sell to us for 800 plus. You're not buying. You're not buying. I want to backyard mechanic. I hope you are a mechanic. Let me tell you guys something. You are not buying the 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 t-shirt. Don't think of it like that. You are buying the brand and you are investing in black businesses. Number three, you are also fighting the injustices of colonization into that black person's business. They buy that t-shirt. I once sold t-shirts also. They buy that t-shirt 120, they go and print it. They say the printing and the packaging, or some of them don't even package it. They go and embroider it or print it, and the whole t-shirt plus transport cost him. If he bought it 120, it cost him maybe another 120. Okay, let's say this t-shirt cost him 240. So for 240, he needs what he needs is a 240 back for him to get an equilibrium. Whatever he gets beyond 240, it's then now considered a profit. Understand? So how black people think, they think if I am selling this teacher for 250, let's round it off and say 250. I need to say I need to sell it for 500 rand because the other 250 must come back to me and the other 250 must go back the to buy another t-shirt and printing. It's people who don't have business knowledge that think like that. Understand? Um, yeah, Judge says if you ask us, sometimes we can donate to you. Guys, you guys, there is a super thank button that you can donate to the channel. Feel free to donate whatever, $5, whatever that you can donate. Feel free wherever God leads you to donate. I'm not a person that asks for money. You guys are working so hard and have got your own issues that you are doing. If you do have an extra somewhere that is lying there and you want to support Pan Africanist channel like this and many others on YouTube, not only mine only, feel free if you can. I do donate to other channels myself. So please, let's take the money situation out of the topic. Feel free, guys. You'll never hear me gathering words asking for money in Kenya. I'm not that type of a person. I'm not rich, but we're not. I don't want to appear as if I see a lot of. I'll get there. Maybe when you start, you are still so humble. You don't want to ask people for money. You don't want to ask help and all of that. I mean, when I started my channel in the beginning, one of my friends, Francisco Sosanto from Angola, bought me these mics that you guys see. He bought me this, and when I'm at home, you guys see the black background and some chairs. He said, King, what is it that you need? Send me your account. Let me support you. But he is different because he knows me personally. Understand? Personally. And I know we are growing to become family here. So anything that you wish to contribute on the super thank you, I think is a heart with a dollar sign on it. Yeah, feel free. So that is why black businesses don't excel, because now he's not thinking about what must go back to the business, what must come back as an investment, what is a competitive advantage in terms of the price. He's not thinking of that. He's thinking, I've got 10 t-shirts, I want to sell them. That is why our people are suffering in terms of running business. I graduated in business marketing management, graduated top in my class. I don't play around. When I was a student, I was very naughty, but when it came to studying and writing uh, exams, bengadlali now. I was not playing around in the FET college in the Northern Cape. I was even the treasurer general of the Antonio. Let me see, guys. We're trying to close the live feed. I've been here since I've been here forever. I've been here forever. It says, "Hi King. I always listen to Obed Dube's poems. That brother built me a lot." Obed Dube. Who's Obed Dube? What are you guys making me check out here? Obed Dube. Obed Dube. Listen to Munke. There's a poet by the name of Munke. You guys listen to that boy. I'm telling you. And there's another one called Mohale. Mohale from Kimberley. Not Kimberley, Barkley West, Northern Cape. Let me check this Obed. This Obed. Let me see. Maybe I know the face. Obed Dube. African poet. Wow. Okay. I'll check Obed Dube out. Thank you so much. Who's telling us about Ntunya? Moloja. Thank you so much for Obed. I'll check Obed out. I'll check Obed out. Yes, yes, that's the button you need to click to donate. I'll check Obed out. It looks like a very good poet. This Obed Dube. See a lot of views there. In fact, um, I write poetry myself. I write poetry myself. Just to give you a piece, is like drizzles of rain, but in the color of blood. Again, I say rain is drizzling, but I'm smelling blood. Voices of lost souls stuck in the unforgiving mud. Truth be told, life is cold and hard. But like Ezekiel, in me, I possess the power to speak to dry bones and command them to come alive. You guys don't know that I'm a writer myself, okay? So I do poetry. I'm good with poetry. I'm good with rapping. Um, I do a lot of rap. I stopped rapping. I actually have a South African hip hop award. For some of you who don't know, let me see. The award is just sitting somewhere there at home. Uh, but I have what you call a SAHA, South African Hip Hop Award. That's me. I was crowned. I was crowned the king. If you see the cap, it's written. Oh, well, you can't see the cap from that picture. But anyway, you guys know what this is. Those who stay in South Africa know what this is. That is the crown I was given for being the king of Northern Cape. Um, South African Hip Hop Award was given different in each province. They would choose the best guy that was the king of each province. So in 2000 and when was I king of Northern Cape? 2016, I got that award. So when it comes to poetry, rapping, and all of those stuff, I'm one of the I want to consider myself one of the best in South Africa, but I'm not famous, so I can't say that. So, but I believe I'm one of the best in South Africa. You understand? I believe I'm one of the best in South Africa, but you guys be the judge. You guys be the judge of one of the pieces that I did. I'm living hell on earth. I was teleported from a different dimension when demons can snatch your breath. That's a different world small cats won't survive. That's why they end up selling their priceless souls for cash. How could you forget? I come from an ill clique sick enough to start eating from human flesh. Tell them the king is back. Heard the new thing is trap. An excuse for hip hop cats that cannot rap. Some of my friends will never fall for that stupid trap. They want bars and lyrics, and I'm known for that. I speak for graduates that are in search for work. My black poor money giving all their money a church. My yellow bone sister selling bodies for cash. They want love and hope in all my tracks. So bambezela ntombazana ungapheli umoya. Beg ithemba kuJehova ungapheli umoya. Lord, excuse me. I'm trying to figure out why are we silent about the black trades in Libya. Anyway, yeah. Okay. I'm reading the comments. Yeah. So yes, we are. One day, I don't know. I will open a separate YouTube channel where I do my rap and poetry things on the side. Don't want to bore you guys with that in this channel. This is a Pan Africanist channel, and that's what we are doing here. You're gonna get me excited because that's my passion. But I kind of put it on ice a little bit, focusing on the, when something does not give you the monetary value back, you don't continue with it. Siphelele umoya fast. We Africans, siphelele umoya fast. So thank you guys. I love you guys so much, for coming in, the few that is here and the few that will be watching after. I will upload this thing, so you feel free to check it. I love you guys so much. Um, I think about you every day when I wake up. What am I going to tell these people? What must I talk about? What do these people want to hear? I read the comments and I try that every time I see a comment, someone asking something, I try to answer it in a video format and tell you guys what I think. So feel free to go on the comment section and say, King, did you see 1, 2, 3? But it has to be in the line of politics and Pan Africanism. I don't do gossip, like I said. I don't care about gossip. I don't care what is going on with the Senzo Mayua case. I see it and I'm getting informed by it, by the TV. That's it. I don't care. What is it that I'm going to take out from a married man getting killed by the girlfriend's mother's house? I'm not going to do that nonsense. We don't speak about that type of stuff here. It doesn't help us to progress as African people. But anyway, may his soul rest in peace. So thank you so much. We're going to meet every Thursday, next week, Thursday. Oh my goodness. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen because I need to go to a funeral and I'm so far from home. 1,200 kilometers away from Kimberley, and from Kimberley to Shoshanguve, it's about another 700 kilometers. So I'm 1,700 kilometers away from my funeral. My aunt passed away yesterday, and I need to go bury her, but I'll see what I can do. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. May God bless you. May God enlarge your territory. May you guys grow in your African spirituality. May you grow in your business sense. May you grow in your business knowledge. May you grow in your awareness of what is going on you in your surrounding. May you be a person that shows love to another person. May you love your neighbors. May you love your friends. But in all of your loving and your neighbors and friends, may you guard your spirit from contamination from other people with different energies. May you have the spirit of discernmentship. May you have the eyes to see through characters. May you have the eyes to see through people's dirty laundry. May you have the ears to hear words that are not spoken. May you have the mouth to speak through doors. May you open doors with your mouth. May you go through everything you need to go through to get to where you need to go to as Africans. May we unite. When you see another African brother, may you see yourself. May you see another African sister. May you see your little sister, your mother, your sister, your aunt, and everything. May you have love as an African for other Africans. May you support Black Africans. May you learn a new African language. May you learn May you God give you thoughts on how to improve us as Africans. May our ancestors pour knowledge into your dreams. May they speak to you in everything that we need as Africans. May you grow as an African as we grow together. Thank you guys. Until we meet next time, I love you guys forever. Yo, guys. So let's meet next week, Thursday, 9 o'clock again.